Yes, let's talk about it. This recipe that's going around right now, which actually there's two in that video, but the main one we're talking about is Joe Ledington's. I've been talking about it for years and trying to tell people why it's a lie. When I first started on TikTok here, people started listening to the facts and started spreading around the truth from my page. But I also started getting a lot of hate comments and people saying, oh, the recipe's already out there. The recipe's already out there. The nephew of the Colonel already shared it. A lot of people said I wasn't the nephew of the Colonel because Joe Ledington already took claim to that. And Joe's a step-nephew, and I usually don't discredit step-family because I have a lot of step-family and I treat them as my own blood. But this guy and his family has been absolute jerks to the Sanders family in regards to how they've been treating the Colonel's legacy and what they've said on my page about him. Anybody interested in that, everything is on YouTube. Everything. Deep dives into this, breaking it down to every ingredient and why it's fake. The comments, the drama, the facts, the history, all of it's on YouTube. But anyways, people kept saying that, so I was going to be a smart aleck with my little bit of following that I had. And I said, all right, fine. I wanted to prove a point. People will believe anything without any facts to back it up and spread it around. So I took Joe's recipe, and I put it on here, and I said, you're right, Joe, this is the recipe. But I didn't alter any of the ingredients. I did this with a few other fake recipes too to prove a point, but this was the biggest and funniest one. I didn't alter it, I put it out there, and nobody paid attention to any of the misspells, any of the inaccuracies, any of the ingredients that aren't included in the 11. And people spread it around like wildfire. Oh my gosh, the Colonel's nephew leaked the recipe again. And then people were saying, oh, they're going to sue you over that. And I said, they're not going to sue me over that. And guess what? The next day, we photoshopped what allegedly was a tweet from Kentucky Fried Chicken saying that I better have my lawyers ready. And then I made the video. It appears I'm being sued by KFC for leaking the original recipe. It's going to require a suit. And then I pulled out the biscuit recipe. The one out of this book. This book is old as crap. But you want to know how to make their biscuits? That was my response to that fake tweet. I made everything look like it was satire. I made it very clear. Lawyers aren't going to reach out through Twitter. And this is a very old recipe book that Uncle Harley used to sell through Kentucky Fried Chicken with the biscuits. The biscuits were never a secret. And that's when I grabbed everybody's attention and I showed them the recipe that Joe had. Salt is included on his list. Salt's not part of the 11. The Colonel already said that. The biggest giveaway is number 4 doesn't exist. Everybody thinks it says oregano, but look closer. And they claimed it was the Colonel's handwriting. It's not. I compared it. That's on YouTube too.